Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. Now, at a time when the Congress party is facing challenges of loyalists leaving the party, infighting within the party, and a low electoral success across the country, today over 9,000 Pradesh Congress committee delegates voted to choose their next president. The election is between Mallikarjun Kharge and Shashi Tharoor. While Kharge has been considered the Gandhi family's unofficial official candidate with a large number of senior leaders backing him, Tharoor has pitched himself as the candidate of change. While the Congress has called this a democratic process, the BJP has called this entire move a sham and has said that whoever comes in will just be a remote-controlled president. So will the next president of the Congress party actually pave way for change, or will the control still be with the Gandhis? The story so far.
Are you happy?
I've been waiting for a long time for this day.
It's a historic day for Congress. For the first time in 24 years, a non-Gandhi is set to take over the party. 9,000 delegates lined up in 48 polling stations to cast their vote for either Mallikarjun Kharge or Shashi Tharoor. Kharge is being seen as the approved candidate who filed his nomination at the 11th hour. But he maintains the Gandhis are not involved.
Some people, they are practicing or they are always defaming Gandhi family. That much I can tell. And purposely asking this question repeatedly, it means there is something I can say.
Ahead of the elections, Tharoor had alleged an uneven playing field and claimed that several state party chiefs had chosen to campaign for Kharge and not him.
My fate and the future of the Congress party is in their hands. I'm sure that whatever judgment they exercise will be in the best interest of the party.
Elections are being held 3 years after Rahul Gandhi stepped down from the top post following Congress's second straight defeat in Lok Sabha elections.
Thank you.
His mother Sonia Gandhi has been the party's interim president since then. Despite pressure from a section of Congress leaders, Rahul Gandhi refused to return as Congress chief. Instead, he's leading the party's Bharat Jodo Yatra, walking from Kanyakumari to Kashmir in a Padyatra which is being seen as an attempt to revive Congress's fortunes ahead of the 2024 general elections.
मैसेज भी गया कि राहुल गांधी जी जो यात्रा कर रहे हैं उसमें एक संदेश क्या है? संदेश वो है जो देश के फ्यूचर से जुड़ा हुआ है, भविष्य से जुड़ा हुआ है। प्यार, मोहब्बत, भाईचारा, सद्भावना का माहौल बने देश के अंदर। उसी रूप में चुनाव जो हो रहे हैं, इनर पार्टी डेमोक्रेसी का प्रतीक है चुनाव ये।
So at the end of the day, will the next Congress party chief simply be a proxy for the Gandhi family?
Let me now bring in our guest to take this discussion forward. Spokesperson of the BJP, RP Singh, continues to be with us. Congress spokesperson, Dr. Ronika Mehrotra, also now joining us. We have author Advaita Kala also on the panel, and we also have author and senior journalist Rashid Kitwai. Good to have all of you on the broadcast with us. Dr. Ronika, let me begin the discussion with you. The Congress from day one has been saying that this is a democratic process. We are a party that respect everybody. It's a fair opportunity that has been given. All that was fine till the time you had various party members and leaders who came out and openly supported Mallikarjun Kharge, indicating that this is somebody who has the backing of the Gandhis and thus is the favourable candidate. Doesn't that then completely negate the entire process of an election?
I fail to understand if I am supporting somebody or B is supporting somebody else. On what grounds can you say that if somebody is backed by so and so? Each delegate has his own secret ballot to vote for, by the way, and each one to his own choice. And the party categorically said, if you want to campaign for a particular candidate, you have to resign from the person who you're free to do it. So each one to his own. I have my own choice, so it's okay. There's no compulsion. So people who are talking about rubber stamp or a backing, let them peep into their perspective first. Let them have a look at what they are doing in the country and what havoc they are playing around with. They are talking about rubber stamp and elections and selection. What are they doing there, ma'am? We have a record. We have a record of 137 years, ma'am. And everything is clear. You've seen how many people have contested and I'm told the sixth time there have been election, who's contested and who's won, and it goes on, and anything what is
No,
constant.
the only
has
question
changed.
that I'm
And we
raising,
believe in-
and I'm not saying this is any political representative, I'm just saying this as
I
a
know.
common citizen of the country, that if you start backing one candidate over the other, what does it mean for the second candidate who still possibly feels he has a fair shot
No.
as far as the elections are concerned? And more
No.
importantly, what does it feel as far as the election process is concerned? If you do have a backing, why not keep it to yourself till the time the elections are over? But RP is saying, let me bring you in the conversation. The Congress is saying this is an internal process for us. At least we have one. The BJP doesn't even have one.
Well, they are not aware of the BJP internal processes. We have elections every 3 years, and then our party president is elected through a process of election from the polling booth to the national level. There's a complete process for that. But yes, they are holding this after almost
tell us,
24
RP Singh ji,
years.
can you tell us the process?
Did I
We don't know
interrupt
the
you?
process.
Ma'am, did I
RP
hold
Singh ji.
on? Hold your gun.
RP Singh,
Hold your gun.
can you please
hold
tell us
your
the
gun.
process?
Please hold your
Let the
gun.
country know.
Hold
Let
your
the
gun,
country
ma'am.
know.
Please hold your gun.
Our process is known to everybody. How about BJP's process, sir? Can you please elaborate? We are not aware of it, but Congress process is aware by everybody. We've been doing press conferences. We've been telling everybody. We're telling our delegates. Can you please tell us how the BJP does that, sir, so that everything is fair and transparent? If you're so bold and so confident, every 3 years you have election or whatever, you do it. Let us hear it, sir.
Okay.
Let me
RP
also
Singh.
learn.
I hope this anarchist attitude which they have got to rub off with Aam Aadmi Party will not happen again.
Keep that with yourself.
Okay.
Don't
Dr.
get
Ronika,
wrong.
I have
Don't
limited
forget.
time. I have to go to the other guests also. RP Singh, quickly.
So we have a process, we go through that process, and we don't need to make it public. It's a process which happens. But what about the Congress Party? This is happening after 24 years when there was nothing of this sort happened in the last 24 years. Stop. Anarchism is bad, man.
Okay.
I mean, you have a rub off of Aam Aadmi
Okay.
Party. Stop anarchism.
I'm
Stop
going to
anarchism.
debate.
You have proven to be are you going to be part of the urban
Okay,
national
let's
team
not get
now?
personal. Dr. Onika, it's not going to be fair to the panelists, and it's not going to be fair to the debate as well. The larger question that is still being raised is this, and I want to bring in Advaita in the discussion. The larger question that is being raised is, at a time when you have a host of leaders coming out and backing Mallikarjun Kharge, the message that is being sent out is that this is a man who's seen close to the Gandhis, and that means the key decisions still will be taken by the Gandhis. You can have an election, you can have anybody at the helm, but the key decisions will still be with the Gandhis.
Yes, I think this was an opportunity for the Congress to have two conversations. One was a conversation within themselves, which is to say that, yes, we're having an election after 24 years. Yes, we're going to have somebody who is a non-Gandhi standing for election. And they seem to have carried out on both of those promises. More than 9,000 people, delegates turned up for the election. That does offer it a certain amount of sanctity as far as the interior dialogue of the Congress party is concerned. Now, the second conversation that they needed to have was to have with the general public, who were observing this when they were not observing the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and when they were not observing the Bharat Jodo Yatra, they were watching what happened in Rajasthan. So the Congress was really cannibalizing its own media space, so to speak. And today, AAP cannibalized that media space with the whole impromptu rally as Sisodia went to the CBI headquarters, whilst Sonia Gandhi was casting her vote. So I think, there is this scramble for attention with the public and have that conversation with the public, because this accusation of being a privately held firm and run by a dynasty has hit the Congress hard, and they needed to break away from that.
Sure.
Unfortunately, has this process delivered on that for the public? Are the public looking at this process as something that was equitable, that offered a level playing field? No, they're not, because it's there for everyone to see what's going on. You just have to listen to the candidates themselves, listen to what Dr. Shashi Tharoor had to say.
Yeah.
I mean, Pradesh Congress Committee presidents were not really keen on meeting him. He didn't feel like he was offered a level playing field.
So that's a fair point that Advaita is making, and I want to take on from that to Rashid. Has this been a missed opportunity for the Congress? Why are they so adverse as far as change is concerned? Because if you look at what Mallikarjun Kharge represents, he is a man quote-unquote, who will still possibly have the older ideologies, somewhat a comfort zone to the Gandhis, in sharp contrast to change of Shashi Tharoor. So basically, it's just going to be the same game, but just a new packaging.
Yeah, Ridhima, first of all, we must understand that internal, party democracy in India is a misnomer. So you cannot have an election the way municipal elections are held or assembly or parliament elections are held. It is held in a manner that it suits the political leadership, in this case being the Gandhis. You are absolutely right. The Congress needs a kind of, a Naya Congress kind of work culture and atmosphere and electoral success, because it is electoral success that defines everything.
True.
So as long as, if the Congress starts winning, then everything will look good. Otherwise, all the failure will be at, Gandhi's doorstep, whether it is Mr. Kharge or someone else. That is not going to change. The narrative is not going to change. The narrative is about, the Congress failure to win election. As Jairam Ramesh had famously said, this is a side show. The real show will be in Himachal. Real show has got to do with Gujarat and all that, whether the Congress can put up a good performance or not. In fact, all the assembly elections till 2024, Karnataka is next. So whatever Congress does, it will be judged by that, not by these party polls. I mean, you can have a view, but all political parties do not have internal democracy.
Okay. Dr. Onika, so then what really was the intent of the Congress party? And the reason that I'm asking you is in terms of the immediate challenges for whoever wins this election, either Mallikarjun Kharge or Shashi Tharoor, as far as infighting in Rajasthan, state elections, Gujarat, Himachal, and the larger picture for 2024. Is the Congress already readying a game plan to tackle those very important and immediate challenges?
Absolutely right. And that's a factor where we all should be working towards it. No denying about that. But ma'am, let the person win. I mean, let's see who wins and who comes forward. Instead of just deciding what he'll become or not, let him take the task, and then a roadmap can be done. Congress always had a future, always had a vision. Unlike the BJP, never had a vision. They talk about the dollar going up and the money.
No, but ma'am, having a vision on paper is fine, but is that vision actually turning into reality is the question that possibly the Congress needs to ask, because in terms of the electoral success, and I agree with the point that Rashid is making, that once the Congress starts getting the electoral success, you will have other things falling into place. Post the loss that they've seen in Punjab, look at an Aam Aadmi party. They're trying to increase their inroads. You already have a very aggressive BJP. They're already getting their top leadership on the ground as far as Gujarat is concerned. What is the Congress doing?
All right. I would like to answer that. You see, ma'am, if they want to play event, if they want to have all the wrong narratives said, so be it. In the long term, this is not what the country is going to gain. I mean, we are right. We are here to win elections. We are not here to give sermons. But having said that, I mean, is it right to just play with the country and with the emotions and putting fake narratives of hate speeches, of not bother about inflation, not bother employment? Is that how you are going to move the country forward? And Nirmala ji goes abroad and says, oh, the dollar is rising. Just imagine the narrative these people are setting.
Let's not mix the topics, Dr. Onika. The day we're discussing about the economy, we'll give an invitation to the Congress party and we'll have a fair discussion. But sticking to the topic that we're discussing, RP Singh, how do you respond to what Dr. Onika is saying, that at least let the election conclude? Why are we already working with hypothetical situations? Let's have a clear winner. 19th is when we'll all know the winner.
We all know who the winner is, we all know what has happened, and we all know the message was already there. It is all through this remote control system the new president would work. As it worked, the Prime Minister worked. Did you ever heard Prime Minister utter a word when Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister? I mean, files used to go to 10 Janpads. File was cleared by 10 Janpads. We all know that. Everything was done by 10 Janpads. The coterie of the 10 Janpads used to decide what to do, what not to do. Same thing will happen now also. It's not going to change. Only thing is that just putting another pawn instead of another pawn. They tried on Gehlot, who revolted, the local Chhatar revolted against the dynasty. Now they have got another man to represent them. That's all what the Congress is. Ultimately, it's the dynasty which is going to run it. It's two Gandhis and two Vadras who are going to run the Congress. And they will decide what is the future of Congress. But ultimately, what Mr. Kadwai said, they are not getting into electoral politics. Where are they in Gujarat today? Where are they in Himachal today? They're not being seen in Himachal and Gujarat.
Okay. We'll really have to see how this plays out. As I said, 19th is when the Congress party will get a new president and also a non-Gandhi at the helm of the party. Will this actually pave way for change, Only time will tell us. Unfortunately, I've completely run out of time. Maria Shakil is up next with News Epicenter.